What superpower would you rather have if given a choice? The speed of light or the wise of a sage? What if I tell you that you already have both? Hello and welcome again to my channel Neil Talks, and today we will be deep diving into the concepts of a very well-known book, which would not only help you understand your brain, but also prove to be clinical in the decision-making process. Welcome to the deep dive episode, one of many to follow on the book, Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Kahneman is a renowned psychologist and Nobel Prize winner, best known for his groundbreaking work on the psychology of judgment, decision-making, and behavioral economics. Though trained as a psychologist, his research has had a massive impact on economics, particularly in understanding how human biases and heuristics, mental shortcuts, affect rational decision-making. He won the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences in 2002, despite not being an economist. He shared the prize for his work with Amos Tversky on prospect theory, which challenges the classical economic idea that humans always make rational choices. Kahneman's work changed how we understand human behavior, especially in fields like economics, marketing, politics, and even parenting. He helped launch the entire field of behavioral economics, which looks at real-world decision-making instead of idealized rational models. You are not as rational as you think. That's the bold truth at the heart of Daniel Kahneman's groundbreaking book, Thinking Fast and Slow. Written by a Nobel Prize-winning psychologist, this international bestseller explores how your mind works and how it often works against you without you even knowing. Kahneman introduces us to two systems that drive the way we think. System 1, fast, automatic, emotional, instinctive. This is your gut feeling, your intuition, the part of your brain that makes snap decisions, like when you finish someone's sentence or instinctively hit the brakes while driving. System 2, slow, deliberate, logical, effortful. This is your conscious thought. You use it when solving a math problem, weighing options, or deciding whom to vote for. But here's the catch. It's lazy and doesn't always take over when it should. Kahneman takes you on a journey through the hidden errors your brain makes every day without your permission. From overconfidence in your beliefs to irrational fears, from misjudging risks to trusting first impressions, too much, he shows how these thinking patterns can mislead even the smartest minds. It's not just theory. The book is filled with real-life examples, experiments, illusions, and stories that reveal why we believe in things that aren't true, why we often make poor financial or personal decisions, how marketers, politicians, and even news media exploit our mental shortcuts. This book helps us explore how cognitive biases shape your thoughts, why losses hurt more than gains, how your brain takes mental shortcuts, and why we are so easily influenced by the way information is framed. Whether you're a student, a professional, a policymaker, or a parent, this book helps you to make better decisions, understand others' behavior, and catch your own thinking errors before they cause problems. In simple terms, this book is like a user manual for your brain. It teaches you how you really think, not how you wish you thought. As Daniel Kahneman said, nothing in life is as important as you think it is while you are thinking about it. Our brains were originally designed for the tasks which require quick responses and to act as defense mechanism. Imagine the caveman who saw the tiger during his pursuit for breakfast. If he waited at the first sight of the tiger emerging from the bushes to analyze the nature and behavioral patterns of the beast, the hunter would end up being hunted. For the best option would be to run at the first sight. Now, slowly but steadily, as the need for the evolution emerged, the first thing that evolved was human brain. This evolvement of the human brains leads to the greatest of discoveries and research and inventions possible. Author reveals that our brains have two separate portions, completely distinct from each other, both designed to solve issues of varying intensity and serve completely different purposes. System 1 and System 2. What are these systems and how these two are important, and how do they affect our decision-making? What is System 1? System 1 is the fast, automatic, instinctive, and emotional part of your brain. It works without your awareness and makes most of your everyday decisions. It's the brain's autopilot, running 24/7 effortlessly. You don't think with System 1. It thinks for you, immediately based on patterns, experiences, and emotions. It is fast, effortless, automatic, emotional, and intuitive. It responds in milliseconds. Doesn't need conscious thought. Driven by feelings, gut reactions. Always on, scanning and reacting. Uses experience and shortcuts. You see a friend's face in a crowd. Instant smile. You don't analyze the face. Your brain just knows. That's System 1. When you read the word cake, you immediately picture something sweet, soft, and maybe chocolatey. You don't try to imagine it. It just happens. Have you ever reached home and barely remembered how you got there? That's System 1 driving while your mind wandered. You see a well-dressed speaker and immediately assume they're intelligent or trustworthy. This snap judgment is System 1's shortcut, also called the halo effect. System 1 is essential for survival. It evolved to help early humans respond instantly to threats. You hear rustling in the bushes, your heart races, you freeze. Is it a snake? System 1 acts before you analyze the situation. Today, System 1 still helps in many ways in making quick decisions in emergencies, reacting emotionally in relationships and spotting patterns, humor or irony fast. Have you ever wondered what it will feel like if you have to consciously take the decision every morning to brush your teeth or take a bath or to drive to your office and plan for every step of it, just like you did it for the first time? That would be really frustrating and unproductive. Thanks to System 1, all your daily routine tasks are taken care of without you even putting a great deal of thought into it. However, there are downsides as well, and it's because System 1 loves speed and ease. It often sacrifices accuracy for comfort. System 1 suffers from cognitive biases, availability bias, and anchoring bias, and it relies on mental shortcuts, which are often flawed. If you recently saw a plane crash on the news, you might think flying is more dangerous than it is. People after the plane crash of September 11th were scared to take flights, while the fact is that due to the enhanced checks and security, it was safest to travel after the incident. If someone tells you a jacket is on sale from 10,000 rupees to 6,000 rupees, it feels like a good deal, even if 6,000 rupees is too much. This is how the brands trick you into buying stuffs that are priced well over their market prices by just inducing this effect. System 1 sees one clue and fills in the rest. He went to an A-listed college? He must be brilliant. But what if he cheated or just crammed? System 1 feels confident, even when it's wrong. Well, here is where Kruger effect plays its role. If you remember Kruger effect from my previous video, do hit a like and send in a yay in the comment box. A leader with great oratory and bold slogans seems powerful. System 1 responds to charisma, not policies. This explains personality-based voting. A celebrity endorses a detergent. You feel it's trustworthy. That's association bias, driven by System 1. If you wore a red shirt and got a job offer, you might believe the red shirt is lucky. System 1 loves patterns, even false ones. You can't turn off System 1, but you can train yourself to pause when a decision feels too easy, or you feel overly confident, or you're reacting emotionally rather than rationally. Here is Kahneman's pro tip for you. The lazy system too often endorses ideas that System 1 serves up, without checking their truth. System 1 is like a friend who means well but often jumps to conclusions. Learn to appreciate it, but also question it. When you pause, slow down, and think things through, you invite clarity into your life. So when you feel overwhelmed or flooded with emotions, chill, slow down. The second part of the brain, System 2, is the slow, deliberate, logical, and effortful part of your brain. It's what you use when you're solving a difficult problem, resisting temptation, planning ahead, or carefully analyzing something. If System 1 is your brain's autopilot, System 2 is the pilot, but a lazy one. It only steps in when absolutely necessary. It is slow, conscious, logical, analytical, and effortful. It takes time and effort to respond and requires your full attention, follows rules and calculations, and is good at reasoning, evaluating, and checking facts. However, it can get tired and distracted easily. What is 27 times 14? You don't just know it instantly. You pause, think, maybe write it down. That's System 2 at work. You're deciding between two job offers, one with better pay, the other with work-life balance. You weigh pros and cons, imagine long-term outcomes. That's System 2. Driving a car for the first time? You're hyper-aware of the clutch, gear, mirrors, everything. That's System 2 helping you build a skill, which later System 1 will automate. Someone insults you online. Your first urge is to reply angrily using System 1, but you breathe, think, and respond calmly, or choose not to. Then that's System 2 stepping in. System 2 is essential to the human decision-making as it takes corrective measures and corrects System 1's mistakes and helps us think logically, morally, and strategically, and enables self-control, patience, and planning, builds discipline and character over time. System 2 takes mental energy. It gets tired fast and often takes shortcuts, trusting System 1's quick answers even when they're wrong. This is why you're more likely to eat junk food, make poor decisions, or lose your temper when you're tired or stressed. System 2 is drained. Families often want to say yes or no based on first impressions using System 1, but a mature person may take time to understand values, mindset, and compatibility. System 2. A classical example which shows how the two systems work is this. A bat and a ball cost $1.10 in total. The bat cost $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost? Most people quickly say 10 cents. That's when they use System 1. However, the correct answer is 5 cents, but it takes effort and is aided by System 2. You get a WhatsApp forward claiming something dramatic, like a new rule by the government. It looks real and urgent, and you forward it without checking. That's System 1. If you pause, fact-check, and read from a government site, that's System 2. Atomic Habits by James Clear mentions how System 2 helps build habits with intention until they become automated by System 1. Deep Work by Cal Newport talks about focused attention and deliberate practice. Pure System 2 effort. Thinking in Bets by Annie Duke encourages decision-making based on logic and probability, not emotions again. System 2. System 2 is more reliable, but because it's lazy, we often rely on the shortcuts and emotional decisions of System 1. System 2 is like your inner wise elder, slow, thoughtful, and rational. But it's also lazy and easily overpowered by the energy of System 1. The key is to create conditions where System 2 can lead, especially when decisions have long-term consequences. When in doubt, slow down. Let your thoughtful mind take the wheel. This chapter teaches us a profound truth. We are not as rational as we think we are. Our minds are wired for efficiency, not perfection. And while this helps us survive in many situations, it also opens the door to biases, illusions, and mistakes. By becoming aware of these two systems, we take the first step toward more mindful, deliberate thinking. It's not about choosing one over the other, but about knowing when to trust intuition and when to slow down and think carefully. In the chapters ahead, Kahneman dives deeper into how these systems shape our choices, our errors, and even our sense of confidence and truth. But this beginning chapter already gives us a powerful tool: awareness. When we pause and ask, which system am I using right now? We begin to see the world and ourselves with clearer eyes. The knowledge of the brain and how it functions and the biases and the operations of the two systems can redefine your life by enhancing your decision-making and even help you build good habits and avoid bad ones. Taking advantage of the understanding of the two systems, their powers and defects, we can make good habits easier to adopt, and the habits we don't want to stick harder to chase. If you always wanted to wake up early and go for a run, you can make it obvious for the System 2 to frame a habit by just keeping your shoes and stuff ready, while once the habit is formed, System 1 makes it a second nature and keeps the routine tight. Want to finish a book that you started ages ago? Just keep it on your desk and help your System 2 to get started. Want to learn guitar? Take it out of the closet and place it in the living space instead. Want to quit, avoid junk food? Try keeping the fruits and the healthy snacks on the kitchen counter readily available. Understanding fast and slow thinking is like learning the user manual for your own brain and becoming a better version of your own self. So what's stopping you If you like this video, feel free to like, share, and comment about the time when you caught your brain using System 1 instead of System 2. Thanks you for watching, keep learning. Until next time.